My name is Peter Bruninger.
And my name is Terry Arinci.
Welcome to Reviewers View Best Products of 2017. These are the AVShowrooms Gold Awards.
Yes, they are, Peter. It's very exciting.
Yes, we have an Audiophile of the Year, which we'll announce as we wrap up the products of the year. So we're going to save that for the viewers to last. I'll let you lead off.
I'll start with the Audio Note Cartridge. The I/O Limited arrived at AVShowrooms this year and has really rocked our world.
Rocked our world is an understatement.
Yeah.
This is a field coil cartridge, viewers. You have to have a dedicated power supply to run the DC voltage into the cartridge because the magnets are not permanent, they're electromagnets. And basically the design of the cartridge is similar to the I/O Gold that we reported on last year, but now with the field coil, the sound is effortless. This is, and I will go out on a limb and stand there in a hurricane, the best cartridge that you can buy today for your high-performance audio system. It
really was something special. We were listening to some of my favorite country music the other night.
Yeah.
The one part of the Franklin Mint set for country music included Merle Haggard and Dolly Parton, Man Alive.
Man Alive.
I felt like they were singing in my room to me, and that's no exaggeration. So you're paying up, of course.
Yeah.
But you got to get a lot for that, and you do.
Yeah, it's not inexpensive, and you can check different sources globally to see what the pricing is. This is the cartridge to own. If you think you have the best analog setup in the world and you don't have an I/O Limited, then you don't have the best analog setup in the world. Simple as that.
Fight over that.
You can fight over this one, folks. It's awesome. I don't know what else to say.
Okay. Next I'm going to bring up Ted Denny's company, Synergistic Research. The atmosphere level 4 cabling and the Power Cell 12. We put it in the system, and it, just like all the Synergistic products, they make an immediate difference. This brought the music closer to me, is what I thought, and a better soundstage, bigger, and much more layering. That's really what it did for me. Yeah. It was very apparent.
Well, it's a layering thing that the atmosphere level 4 cables bring out. Power cords, speaker cables, and interconnect. The power cords make the most difference, then the interconnects, and then the speaker cables. We also had the grounding block we have in the system too, along with the Power Cell 12. So you have it all together, it forms a handshake together, and it does. It will make your system layer much more profoundly than it did prior to putting in the Synergistic.
Yes, that's correct.
Yep, and then the Power Cell, you can do a test in and out. And we would plug it in, and then we would remove it and plug the power cords into the wall. And with the Power Cell 12 in, you have a reduction in noise floor. Also, when you put the grounds in the grounding block, a little bit more reduction in noise floor. That's the key. You want to reduce noise in a high-performance audio system.
It's very effective, and relatively speaking, these products are not out of this world expensive, relatively speaking. And there is a money-back guarantee, which I think is...
Yeah.
Would encourage me to try some of the Synergistic
30-day money-back guarantee for Synergistic Research products, Speaking of cables, we had another home run this year. We were sent the DTC, a loom of DTC cables from Ansuz of Denmark. And visited Denmark this year too to see how the cables were made. You probably saw that video of them making the cables, soldering the elements of the cables together for the DTC. It has an active sensor that cancels noise out. We saw Michael Borison talk about that in video, and in practice here in our listening studio, it does. It takes all of the noise out of the system. It strips away the interference of RF, any feedback that you have coming in through your power, for your power distribution grid, and it gives you more music. So what it's doing is it's separating the noise from the music.
Yes.
And it's the DTC, it's profound.
Michael explains that very well.
Very well in the video
of the tour in Denmark. So
yeah.
take a look if you want to know more about it.
Yeah. So that's again. We have the DTC. We have a loom of DTC, and then we have also the grounding block for the DTC.
Correct.
That you plug into the different elements of the cable, and together as a system. Again, it's another world class.
Yes,
world
Ansuz.
class.
ANSUZ.
Yep. Ansuz has come on the scene in a relatively short period of time, and it is now one of the market leaders in cable technology.
Yeah, that's no kidding.
Yeah, no
It's
kidding.
something.
Yeah, it's something else. Well, that leads us right over, since we're in Denmark and since we're there with Ansuz. Let's talk about Aavik. We had a tour also of the Aavik facilities.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we did some demos there too.
We did some
once
demos
again,
there.
Used the word effective, very effective.
Yep.
Very apparent. The technology does make a difference. We have the integrated amp, the U300,
Yep.
in the walnut room.
Yep.
And they're with the D4.1 Rido speakers.
Yeah, that system is it's just one
and
of
NAGRA
those
electronics.
killer systems. It's a to die for desert island system.
Yeah.
I think that the Rido D4.1s, and this is they won an award last year, are the go-to speaker for a little over $100,000. I don't think they can be beat. I really don't. I don't think there's any speaker out there that can beat it at that price point. I think it is just outstanding.
Well, back to the Aavik.
Yeah, back to the Aavik. So anyway, I get the Aavik, and I've had these are Class D module-based amplifiers. It's an integrated amplifier. It's a Swiss Army knife. It has a phono stage. It has a DAC. You control the volume remotely, of course. You switch between with components, of course, remotely. You can see that it's got the big dial on the front of it, as you can see as we look at it here.
That's a nice looking thing.
It's a nice looking
doing
piece.
it.
It's nice looking. So it's nice. You can watch the dial move across the hall, across the room as you control the clicker.
But most importantly, it's the sound, and
It's the sound.
you know the Class D is there's controversy with Class D, and I understand why. But it's not quite like a Class D I've heard before, and I'm no expert. But there's more organic sound.
Yeah, that's the word.
And certain, especially when we played Laurie Anderson vocals.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever heard them or any better. And we play a lot of Laurie Anderson. So
We
there's
do.
a lot that compare on different systems.
Yeah, we were playing the CD Bright Red. We were using the Niagara transport to spin it up into the Aavik, and I don't know what to say. I mean, it was just, my goodness gracious, the layering in the room. Laurie just standing there like in a halo in front of us. This is a Class D switching amplifier. I was shaking my head at every breath she took because it was. I did not expect this. I've had Class D in the system, and my systems for years and years, starting with the Karma Class D amplifiers from approximately 10 years ago. I believe Bruno Putzis was the author of that amplifier. We had the New Forest amplifiers in the system. We've had borrowed other amplifiers that they didn't excite me enough for me to even name them. And now, this is the year of Class D. We have a reviewer who's using a Class D amplifier from Tommy O'Brien, little orange amplifiers, and he's really happy with his Class D. So the viewers,
It's come a long way.
It's come a long way. The Mola Mola won an award at the Capitol Audio Fest with AudioNet, another Class D amplifier. Bruno Putzis, author of that. But this Aavik, oh my goodness gracious, this is a new world for me. And the articulation in the presentation, the bass reach goes down to subterranean levels. It's just, wow.
And I'm always looking for that real musical, organic feeling.
Yeah.
And that's what Class D didn't do for me in the past. This is really something special.
You're right,
This has
Terry.
it all.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
And it's beautiful to look at, like you said.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to our next gold component product of the year. And this is going to be a system of amplifiers and electronics. And drum roll. The NAGRA Classic line. This is not your father's NAGRA. Now NAGRA has, to me, always had this, it's had a reputation of being extremely transparent and detailed. And people describe it that way, say 6, 10 years ago. Oh, NAGRA's so detailed, so you can hear everything. They don't usually have the word music when they describe it. Other
Yes.
people with the NAGRA detail. Those days are over, folks. The NAGRA Classic line that we have in our system is gobsmack detailed. It is musical. It is organic.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't know a thing about the old NAGRA, so I have no preconceived notions here. And I would never just call it transparent. You can hear every little thing because there's so much music there, guys. I mean, these are little jewel boxes. They're gorgeous.
Well, that's the next.
I know. I mean, we'll show you pictures with the rack. But yes, it's all about the music. So again, I don't have any prejudices from the past.
Yeah. Well, I'd heard them at shows over the years, and of course, what all of us do is we listen to the Scuttlebutt magazine write-ups, e-zine write-ups, people posting on forums. You get a kind of a flavor for a house sound of a company and or a product. I mean, we all do this. We all connect the dots, and we're here as with social media and video to help you even better connect the dots through visual eyes and ears. NAGRA has that old reputation. Forget about it. It's not, you know, this is almost a new company. They have a new lead designer. The new lead designer uses his ears to design. The old designer used the oscilloscope and the signal generator to design. So big difference. That's, I think, the heart of the change in NAGRA is the designer. And I'll tell you, the classic line, it's hitting the ball out of the park. It's holographic imaging in the Walnut Room. It works outstandingly well with the Rito D4.1s. NAGRA thought, the representative from NAGRA thought, well, maybe it didn't have enough power.
And we all were very excited. They said, Terry, come downstairs and listen.
That's right, when we first hooked them up.
I thought,
yeah, Rene Lefebvre from NAGRA was here, and he said, he thought, I don't know if these speakers are going to be the right speakers for this. We've been using the Wilsons, and that's a match made in heaven. And I said, well, let's see. We have a pair of crescendos from Acoustics up in the one of our upstairs rooms, so waiting in the wings just in case we had an issue. No problem. Fired right up. Slam bass. It was exceptional, and Renee was going, wow, this is really, really good. I didn't know.
A happy audio moment.
It was a happy audio moment for Renee from NAGRA.
Yes.
Which leads us to the final product of the year.
Last but not least.
And not least.
No particular
because
order.
what we did with the NAGRA is we put it on a new stand. Now, we loved the NAGRA when we first set it up. It's wonderful. And it gave us this enveloping stage, very detailed, very organic. And then we put it on the Stillpoints stand. And we use the Ultra 6 technology underneath each component.
That's their top technology for electronics.
Top technology. Yep, it's a footer technology. It's expensive, and it's worth every penny. Yeah. Because as soon as we put the NAGRA on the Stillpoints and fired the system up, it was as if everything dialed into focus. It was everything was there, but now it's like you take the camera that we're using right now, and and you go just a little bit, and there it is, and that's what happened.
Well, I'll be honest, I was a little nervous when I saw it. They were beautiful to look at, but all that metal, I thought, ooh, what's going to happen here? I was not just pleasantly surprised, I was amazed.
And as you can see here, look at how it looks. It's, I mean, I don't think there's a better looking audio system in the world than NAGRA with the Stillpoints rack. I mean, what do you think? I mean, look at this. This is just, gosh, I mean, I just sit there, I don't even have to have it on. just look at it. It's
a pleasure.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And this is what high performance audio is all about.
Exciting to report about these products because it's not just little differences. These products all make a big difference.
They all make a difference.
That's why they win the award at the end of the year.
Yeah. And adding to Stillpoints product of the year are the apertures. These are panels that reflect and absorb. They effectively increase the size of your listening room by 2 times. Well, I want to thank everyone who's provided products for us to show to you, and these exceptional products that stand head and shoulders above others that we've heard. And we go to so many shows and we hear so many products in so many different rooms, ranging from small little cubbyhole listening rooms in some of the smaller shows to big rooms such we had at the Capitol Audio Fest with the von Schweikert VAC exhibit that was just, I still can't stop thinking about that and talking about it. we do get to hear the equipment, and we do get to dial in on what works and what doesn't work. So, and that brings us to Audiophile of the Year. Audiophile of the Year hails from Gorlev, Denmark. His name is
Kenneth Jensen. Congratulations, Kenneth. It's a pleasure.
Congratulations, Kenneth. Kenneth, you're an electrical engineer. You served 4 years in your country's service. You've worked for several hi-fi shops, and you bring the passion to music alive on Facebook, on YouTube comments. Kenneth is a lover of Audio Node Electronics and many other brands.
And other brands, most recently Bricasti.
Yeah, he just sampled a Bricasti DAC and posted on Facebook this morning. He posts about 6 or 7 posts a day, which keeps it alive for a lot of people. He shares his posts to Analog Fellowship, to AVShowrooms, to our timelines. I want to congratulate Kenneth. We got to meet him this year too in Denmark, him and his wife. And the passion of music is alive in Kenneth and in his wife, and they epitomize what the Audiophile of the Year is. The Audiophile of the Year is someone who's special, who reaches out in spite of, in Kenneth's case, he has some health issues that prevents him from being mobile. And this is something that he can rise above through his love of audio and music, and
the sharing of it.
And sharing of it with all of us. So congratulations,
yes.
Kenneth Jensen from Gorlev, Denmark. You are Audiophile of the Year.
2017.
That's right. It's 2017, soon to be 18. Well, viewers, that wraps up Reviewers View Products and Audiophile of the Year. We will see you next year. So happy listening.
And happy holidays.
And happy holidays. The best from Peter Bruninger and
Terry Arinci, AV Showrooms.
Have a great, great, great 2018. Bye.